Take a breath with me. This one matters. Because everywhere you look, relationship advice starts with the same assumptions. Something must be broken. No sex? You must have an avoidant attachment style. Too much conflict? You're not communicating right. Not connected enough? Must be a childhood trauma. The message is clear. Your relationship is a problem that you need to fix. And while sometimes repair is needed, and I'll talk about that in other videos, that's not what this is about. Because what if your relationship is not broken? What if it's simply asking for more depth? Not more drama, not more self analysis, but instead more presence, more truth, more devotion. Last weekend, my wife Leslie and I held a private retreat for an engaged couple. They're deeply in love, they're kind, they're spiritually aligned, they're fully committed to each other, and they asked me to officiate their wedding, which I will do. But first, they wanted a different kind of preparation. They weren't in crisis. They weren't avoiding anything. They were just curious and intentional and willing to pause. What they said to us was, "We know we love each other, and we want to make sure our foundation is deep, not just wide." So they chose to sit with us for a full weekend to explore what kind of intimacy do we want to practice? How do we want to navigate tension, not just resolve it? What kind of ritual will protect this love that we already cherish? It's not therapy, it's not self help. This is mentorship. And it's not because anything is broken, but because something sacred is just ready to emerge. Now, if they had gone to Instagram instead of us, they might have seen posts like, "If it's not intense, it's not real." Or, "If you're not fighting, you're avoiding intimacy." Or, "If it feels too easy, you're settling." We've created a culture where intensity is the measure of love, where drama equals depth, and peace is seen as a red flag. But here's what no one wants to say. A lot of people teaching about relationships are either in chaotic relationships or not in relationships at all. They've built platforms by pointing out what everyone else is doing wrong and by making pain a prerequisite for growth. For some, that chaos becomes an identity. For others, it's almost an existential kink. They don't know who they are without the emotional roller coaster. And that's what they end up teaching. Love doesn't have to hurt to matter. That's not intimacy. That's unresolved nervous system imprinting. Here's what I've learned. Your body remembers everything, even the things your mind says you've worked through. So even in a relationship that feels safe, old defense mechanisms can surface. You might shut down, withdraw, lash out, go silent, not because your relationship is broken, but because your nervous system is saying, this is the place where it's finally safe to grow, to be seen, to unravel. We call these red flags, but sometimes they're just signals of a new threshold. What if your patterns aren't dysfunctions to eliminate, invitations to evolve together? So, what if we stopped asking, what's wrong with us? And started asking, what are we ready to become? When couples come to me, I'm not looking for their problems, I'm listening for their possibilities. Because most relationships I see are not in trouble, they're just out of rhythm with their next evolution. They don't need fixing as much as they need deepening. They don't need more polarity, they really need more presence. Relationships are not meant to be dramatic all the time. They're not meant to feel like hard work every day. They're meant to be devotional, shaping, strengthening, sometimes tender, sometimes perhaps a little terrifying, but always sacred. And that sacredness begins when we stop performing and start listening to ourselves, to each other, and to what love is asking of us now. If this resonates, I've created a free gift for you. It's a 21-question relationship inventory. It's not a quiz, it's not a diagnostic tool, it's an invitation. You can use it alone, use it with your partner, use it as a mirror. And if you want to go deeper to explore boundaries, truth telling, you can join me and my wife, Leslie. We'll have a free 5-day experience called the Relationship Reset, again, this coming September. Your relationship isn't broken, it's asking for more. Your body knows it, your soul knows it. You're not too much, you're not too late. Real love can hold your truth and stretch you toward who you're becoming. I get you. I got you. Let's go deeper.